All right, welcome back, everyone. So, a couple days ago, from this video being launched, Bladesinger actually got some new changes, and it actually correlated around the time I had this video planned to launch. So, I'm going to go over the slight changes I would do to this build with the new Bladesinger from the 2025 Unearthed Arcana. However, this is not official yet. This is just like beta test, pretty much, but yeah, let's go over what would really change. Not much would change in this build overall, so I didn't feel the need to make a new video, but it seems like people just want to know what changed with the new Bladesinger. So again, a race exactly the same. It's not going to change. I guess I'll go overall what really changed. All that changed is that Bladesong is slightly different now. You still get the AC bump, you still get the concentration protection, but now you get to hit with int, so you don't have to max your dex out or have a high dex to try to hit well. And also a slight nerf to the point where you can't wear any armor at all. You have to be all unarmored. So that just means you pretty much are going to have to burn a spell slot on mage armor every day, which is going to suck early game. But once you get to, I played this character, and that's what I did anyways at high levels. When you get to like 6, 7, that first level spell slot's like whatever. And then you get to the point where your second level spell slots are not going to be doing much. So worst comes to worst, you burn a shield with second level spell slot or something. But yeah, that's the two big change. And then Song of Victory makes it to where we don't need to take dual wielder. So that's a big thing, actually, because you get that free bonus action attack without having to worry about taking the dual wielder feat, which I did take here at level 4. So if you're going to level 14, that's the only thing I would change. If you're following these new Bladesinger rules, do not take dual wielder, but it will suck if you're going like levels 1 to 14 without that bonus action attack every round. Not every round, because depending what you do, your bonus action will be eat up for the first combat or two if you can't get some precast off. But yeah, also what's good about Bladesong is for early game, late game it sucks. You get Bladesong int mod times per day now instead of proficiency times bonus per day. So at early levels, this is a buff, and at later levels, it could be a buff or a nerf. At later levels, you would have 6 of them, and more than likely you only have 5, assuming you don't get a 22 intelligence. But yeah, but what I would do now, going through, the race will stay the same, a flying race or an elf. Point buy, what I would do now is for stats, definitely we're going to make this a 17. This is I would no longer even consider doing the dexterity at 17 and whatnot. I would definitely make this a 17 and we're going to pick up some half feet at either level 4, level 5, or 9, because we're taking the 1 level dip still. And then what you do with the dex, and it really is hard to say. Again, don't even bother taking dual wielder if you go into level 15 character level, because for Song of Victory, but at the same time, it's going to suck up until that point if you don't want to do that. But yeah, okay. So again, maybe put this at a 15, and then this is going to a 17 for sure. We're still going to do fighter because you need those weapon masteries, and we need all that stuff. So basically, assuming you watched the first video, but if you didn't, link in the description. We're taking a 1 level fighter dip for the con saving throw to help with maintaining concentration, because that's going to be very important, and for the 2 weapon masteries, so we can do Nick and Vex with Find Familiar. We'll have advantage on our first attack, and then our second attack, because of Vex, will have advantage, so we'll have double advantage for a long time until we get that third attack, and then that third attack won't have advantage consistently, but it's still 2 out of the 3 for free. Second wind could be a good use of your bonus action, because until we take dual wielder, depending when you take it, your bonus slot will be open after the first round or 2 of combat, depending which spell you end up using. And yeah, that's why you keep doing that. The synergy with Find Familiar. Wizard 1 is still going to be the same thing. You get rituals, get your spells, Blade War, Booming Blade. You need these spells, and then you can pick these spells for early game. Get your ritual spells. There's a bunch more, but yeah, Again, with level 3, Wizard 2, you just get like more spell slots and expertise, and then skill, Arcana. Now when we get Bladesinger, you ignore this. No more studded leather. You cannot wear studded leather, so I would probably just do Mage Armor and just stick with Mage Armor going forward. Like that's it. Burn that first level spell slot on Mage Armor, or just have bad AC without Bladesong up, which kind of sucks. So just, yeah, burn that. You're going to be up in the front line, assumingly burn that Mage Armor. Okay, second level. So now at this level, we're still going to be doing Shadow Blade. So again, for first 2 rounds of combat, assuming you can't get prep, will be Bladesong and Shadow Blade, or Shadow Blade and Bladesong, depending how you're feeling, if you want to do more damage or survival. But yep, these are some really good second level spells. Yeah, nothing really changes here. This is what I talked about at the beginning. This is where everything changes in this build. Whether or not you're going to take Warcaster here, or you're going to bump your dexterity still and get that dual wielder, and maybe have like a 15, and now you get your dexterity to 16, and then never touch it again. So you can have those extra attack, especially if you want to focus on Shadow Blade, like the first build talked about. I would probably stick with that. But yeah, here, let me actually show you what really changed. I just talked, but this stays the same. This is the new thing that everyone is loving, and then you still get your int. You still get the AC bonus to your int, but again, we're not getting that arm. We just can't wear any armor now, which sucks. But you can use any one-handed weapon for Bladesong now, so it's like there's a cool thing if you really want to do it with, like, if you can use Phantom Steed on your mount, and you're mounted, and then you can use a lance, but then you don't get the dual wielder stuff because lance is not a light weapon, so I wouldn't bother with it, but it's just cool. So this, depending what level you're going to and whatnot, this is the big change of what you're going to do with this first ASI. And then, yeah, it's just going to, and this level, until you get 3rd level spells, Shadow Blade still will be, until you get 4th level spell slots, Shadow Blade is going to be your best DPR, especially if you pick up that dual wielder right here, level 5. You go level 4 wizard. Yeah, we talked about this in the previous video. Again, go watch it. Then 5th level spells, we're going to get our fireball, counter spell, dispel magic. We're going to get our first summons, but the summons won't be good until they can get 2 attacks passively every round, in my opinion. I mean, 1 attack is okay, especially if you do the summon Fae and they can give themselves advantage on that 1 attack. And then especially if you can make it to where this 1 spell slot will last you multiple combats, and if you have like some where you're going against a bunch of minions, but then Shadow Blade will be your best DPR, especially if you chose dual wielder at level 4 wizard. Yep, nothing's the same. Nothing's going to really change here. You get extra attack, so now you'll have one of your attacks, you can do Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade. I would recommend. You could do True Strike too, but you're hitting with int now, so there's no reason to not use Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade. They're generally speaking better. And yeah, that's it. This is where things will change. I might, at this point, Shadow Blade is a go-to for your own. It's risky. I don't know. It's not risky, but it's debatable. I'd probably say the summon's gonna end up being better, depending which summon you use. The Balguro for sure. It's 3 attacks, all advantage. But again, you lose if you somehow lose concentration on that, especially if you didn't go straight in and you don't max your int out at next level and you lose concentration on Balguro, it's gonna be bad. If you don't place that Balguro correctly, then you're facing a whole other enemy, which kind of sucks. And yeah. Nothing really changes. Now the tactics to level 8, which this is where I ended the build, but it's just the same thing. Bladesong, shield, you just have to burn, you're gonna have to burn the Forget Studded Leathers. Will be 24 now with Mage Armor. See, I already have it built in. But actually no, it could be 25 if you bumped your, no, they'll stay the same, because no matter what you bumped, sorry. Then you have all these reaction abilities, such as Wizard and Mirror Images buffed. Yeah. And we went over this. Nothing changes. Nothing changes in all this. Go back. It's okay. Now it's the long-term progression is where everything changes. Would I still go Echo Knight? I don't know. Echo Knight is still good. If you're still focusing on the Shadow Blade portion where you want that extra attack with Shadow Blade, yes, Echo Knight's still going to be your go-to. And then we're basically just going to max your int and then hit with int and not worry about decks going forward. And then you could either take the Warcaster tax or don't, and then you could keep these stats the way they are and just like bump. Now at this ASI you'd bump your into 18, and then nothing would have really changed. And then when you get to wizard character level or wizard level 16 or 15 at this level, then you cap your wizard. And so it's like for higher levels you probably just want to focus int. For lower levels it doesn't matter. That's my whole thing with this. You get the extra attack, especially because you get Song of Victory builds in the bonus action attack, but it's just such a long time to wait for that. That it's just like yeah, whatever. But yeah, I hope it helped. The build really didn't change, but I did want to make a little video because everybody's talking about the Bladesinger changes, even though it's literally this is the change. This is pretty much the whole change, and the armor thing and the hit with int, and then Song of Victory. I guess that's it. And I guess you can hit with any other one-handed weapon, but who really cares? But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the first video. That video goes into more detail about how to really play this character. I just wanted to go and make an update video on how the UA would affect the character that was built. So yeah, until next time.